All right, I want to call to order this Huron council work session for September 23rd. Roll call.
Middlecombe?
Here.
Martino?
Here.
Claus?
Here.
Tapp?
Here.
Dyke?
Here.
Graves?
Here.
Peggy?
Here. Okay, no business. New business is council consideration of the hiring of a fire chief for the Huron Fire Department. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a bit of history and kind of what we're going to try and do tonight. As we all know, we used to operate under a chief here. Last time we lost a chief, 3 captains stepped up and have filled that void ever since. They've done a kick-ass job. They've saved the city a boatload of money. But unfortunately, we're going to start losing them because they're all really young. They want to start new careers. So it's time to go back to a chief. We all knew this day was coming. Thanks to the captains, it's been a long time coming, but now is finally the time. Getting this chief right is really, really important. You get the wrong chief in the fire department, it can do a lot of damage and it can take many years to fix. So we got to make sure that we get the right chief. We need a working chief. We don't need a white shirt chief. We need someone who still remembers how to do the job on a daily basis.
You're up, Tim.
It has to be a hands-on chief. We're not big enough to have someone who loves his office more than the bay. He's got to understand, he's got to remember how to use the equipment. So getting the right advisory board to help us through that process is critical. This position is budgeted, so as we go through the budget season, you'll see the fire chief in there. So the money will be appropriated for it. So what does the process look like? This is the first step. The next step is we need to figure out what that advisory committee board is going to be. It's an advisory board. It's not a committee. It's not a public meeting type environment. This committee is going to be carrying out interviews, helping us figure out our best options for this fire chief. So there'll be no minutes, there'll be no recordings. It will be as if they're just employees interviewing for us, and they will pass a couple of people on to me for final selection. Staff came up with a short list of people for this advisory board that we shared with council last week. I'll read through the names again, and that's the first discussion I kind of really want to have tonight is how does council feel about staff's suggestions? Do you guys have any other suggestions? Do you want to? So our suggestions were Monty, obviously ex-firefighter experience here. Jay-Z, just because he's older than the hills. Joking, you know me, love you. Tim Lamb, just because he's respected in the community. Everybody knows him. He's got management experience. He knows how to read people. Danny Antonelli, again, he's a township city lifer. He's been involved with the firefighters for a lot of years through the dependent fund. And then Mario, who's the Sandusky fire chief. I've known Mario for many years. I've got a lot of respect for him. These guys know him as well, and I think they feel the same way. I think having someone truly independent on this advisory committee is very important. It kind of takes away all of the local twist on it and looks more at the actual professional side of it. So with that being said, I'd like to throw that out to the floor and see if anyone has any comments, feedback.
I think it's a good list of people. I think there's a broad spectrum. Are these individuals as township people like Tim Lamb, or is he like a school representative, or the school's going to come back and say we want to have a voice in this? Are they looking at it that way? As far as like Danny, are they township guys that would this in?
So we have not picked any of these people because of school representatives.
Okay.
The fire department is there for the city and the township as a whole, of which the schools are part of. These people have been picked to try and help us get the best fire chief to represent everybody. So specifically picking someone from the schools is not something that we really wanted to go down, because we don't want to just cherry pick certain businesses or schools or whatever. This is a broad spectrum pick.
I think
Try
you
and-
have a good group of individuals on
Yep.
that list.
So Tim is, you know, he's the principal at the high school, yeah. So Denny's kind of lifer from Huron, but he's the, I think, the principal at
Port Clinton.
Port Clinton.
Middle school
So, different city.
was here.
Jazz, yeah. Do you guys, so last council meeting, when none of you guys were here, I did talk about how important you guys were and what a good job you, and I don't want to go through that anymore because you guys are
You
here.
can tell me later.
But, and I made it, I did state to the council that, I think John will back me up on this. I don't think any other department could have run with 3 captains like you guys. I don't think any other department could have done it at all. So, people might not like that comment, but that's what I feel, so.
There's been a lot of inquiries on doing it from several departments over the years, but they've never.
Right, yeah, and I just,
Yeah,
yeah, you do, and I just fully think that it wouldn't have worked anyplace else, and it's worked here for quite a while, and
You run our third administration, it's crazy that is. And we've told every administration, do what you want with it, and everybody's just kinda kept
Yeah.
going.
well, it wasn't broke, there's no
Don't
reason
fix
to
it.
fix it, so, and everything's gone well, and I appreciate everything you guys have done, and I know the community appreciates it. Do you guys got anything to say as far as the,
I think the list is good. Denny has been on several committees at the fire department. He's on our dependent fund. He's served on that for a long time. In the event of a death or somebody in a firefighter, he's on that committee. The rest of them, Mario, he's a great chief. He came up through the ranks. He would be a good prospect to look at new chiefs. None of us want the chief's position. I'm ready to retire after next year, so Mario would give valuable input, you know, for a new chief and what that new chief should look like, in my opinion. John, who knows? He's so old. I don't know if he's having a good decision or not.
Are you taking minutes of this, Terry? It's all recorded.
Yeah.
All recorded.
No, John knows where he was at. He's seen the ranks. He's seen the chiefs come through. He's seen what we've done. So I think he also has valuable input, as well as Monty and the rest of the committee. So
You can say something bad about Monty, it's okay.
I'll tell him.
tell me later.
I think it would be a good committee, personally.
Kurt?
Stu's right, we gotta hit this. This is important, we gotta pick the right person. If we
John?
pick the right person, this could be such a nice, easy transition with the 3 of us.
Yep.
Still here, but on our way out, just, it could be a really easy transition for the right situation.
Like Stu or somebody said, we had to have the right 3 captains to do this. And we also knew that when one of them retired, I had talked to the 3 captains, one of them retired, we're gonna have to come up with something different. And that's what this is. We're just starting the process.
I think it's very important to have input from the township. You know, some of these other guys, I don't know them real well, but I know them, I've heard their names. And along with John, and I think Monty, John, you can kind of represent the township a little
Yeah.
bit, can't you? But, yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good group of people, and I think there's experience there and the knowledge.
Like it's a big deal. Like Kurt said, we gotta get the right person, so. I've seen departments that tried different things, then it didn't work, so.
Well, and that's always been one of our fears when one of us left, is getting that chief that is retired, but he's coming here to live on the lake, you know, and he's not a working chief. So as Stu mentioned, that is huge, you know, because we still need that connection to the guys. We need that connection to City Hall, to the township. So it's got to be that right person, for sure.
Anyone else?
I just agree with where everybody said. I think it's a great group of people. I mean, maybe with one exception at the top of the list, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh, mine is at the top. Oh, right, never mind. That's good.
But and like everybody's said so far, I mean, we as a city really appreciate what you guys have done for so long and saved us a lot of money, and you know, appreciate the efforts and keeping it all together. And so going forward, I think this, you know, we've just got to do like Stu and John and everybody said, we got to do the right thing and get the right person in place. And this looks like a good group to help advise the city manager in that decision, and council, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So if nobody knows, Mike is the one that's going to be the first one to exit. And like I said, he's got, and I think, John, Mike was like youngest hire for
I
full
believe he
time.
was.
Yeah, he was 19.
It was 20.
20, yeah. I know that we had discussions about that.
It was 19 when I was part-time, 20 when I got hired.
I stuck up for you, Renee. John said you were too young. So.
I'm not.
Were you an explorer too?
I was not.
No, he wasn't.
We're the last of the group that John hired.
They are.
That's three that John hired.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, motley crew.
I was talking to Park, I told him to try to talk you into taking the Chiefs job. He said, I don't get involved in that.
In all fairness, you know, we're short, I don't think that'd be fair. You probably want somebody, you know, I appreciate that, and, you know, that you saying that, but I think you probably want somebody a little more long-term, and, you know, we all have our years in it.
I agree.
You know, Mike's leaving, Doug's got a date, I'm not quite to the date yet, but it's gonna be sooner than later, so I think that,
Oh, there'd be more issues about just not being long-term, Gersh.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But thank you for saying that.
We want somebody that's gonna be around a while. They wanna do this again for a while.
But again, appreciate what you guys have done for years. So. If nobody has anything else, Mr. Hamilton.
So, from here. So now we kind of set the advisory board. We'll step through a couple of things in the process. First thing will be, we'll approve the job description, make sure everyone agrees to it. Myself and the captains will get the job description put together we agree with. We'll pass that through the board, we'll post the position. The first real meeting will be, we'll have Andrea here, myself and the three captains with the selection committee, and they can have at us. Whatever questions they want to ask, we'll kind of explain what we're looking for. So as you head into the interviews, it's very clear that what we're wanting on our side, what the selection committee decide on is what they decide on, but we want to be upfront about the process and what we'd like to see coming out of it. All the committee will review all the resumes. We are not going to pre-screen them. We're not even going to touch them. Andrea will send them all straight to the committee. They will decide who they want to interview and who they don't want to interview. Andrea will walk them through the documentation that should go with that, just to make sure that someone doesn't come back and say they didn't hire me because I was too old or I was a girl or something. So we'll check all those boxes. We will. The advisory board will score each candidate, and we'll ask them to a minimum send 2 through to me. They can send 3, they can send 4, but I would really like to have a choice. If they're all dead ducks, then we'll just repost and we'll go at it again. Okay. Final candidates will come through me, and I will make the final decision based off the candidates that were forwarded to me through the committee. So I think we've got a rock solid process and advisory committee, and I'm feeling good about getting the right person for this job. So hopefully these guys can get the word out wide and far, and we can get as many people applying as we can. And then I've nothing else to say, Mr. Mayor.
Your schedule, John.
It's flexible.
A little late.
What would your
Little late.
ideal timeframe be, like January 1st, or like what's your thoughts?
As soon as the position is posted, when the right person shows their face, that's the right time. So I'm not gonna say January 1st, it could be December 1st, it could be November 29th. When we find that person and the right person's there, then that's the person we need to go with and not wait for someone else to steal them. I'm not a big fan of posting positions and saying they close on X date and taking a week to go through resumes. And if we get a good resume in, interview the guy. Because if he's a good resume, other people are going to be looking at him. Don't wait for all of the people to come in. I'd like to interview on a rolling basis. And if we find the right person, then we should take them.
So does the posting need to kind of read that way?
Yep.
Like, so it'll just take him on a rolling basis or?
Yep. Yeah, usually when we post those positions, and I don't think we do any, we've kind of moved away from closing dates. The position is open until filled.
Open, okay.
Yep. And then we're not held to any dates.
And I had one other question. So, Stu, I take it from what you're saying is you won't sit in on these advisory meetings other than the first meeting when you guys lay out what you're looking for as a staff. And then if they have questions or something specific, they obviously could bring you in or whatever. But in general, the intent isn't for you to sit in the advisory meetings.
Yep. The intent of these advisory boards on these positions is to remove staff from them, because even though they work for me, they serve the community. So the community is having their say by being on this advisory board. And then by passing them on, staff still gets to pick the candidate that they think will fit the best. But it's taking that staff bias out of it, trying to find the best overall candidate.
Same thing we did for Chief Gray.
Yep, exactly the same.
Anyone else? That was
How-
rhetorical
where-
question.
He did what he said. Do we plan on, where do we plan on posting this announcement to? Just locally or?
No, we will use all the avenues that we always use. I mean, obviously we'll do the register, we'll do the local rags, we'll do Indeed, we'll have these guys post them to the,
There's fire chief networks out
Yeah.
there, we can post it on and stuff too.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay.
And hey, if we get people applying from Oregon or Washington, we can teams them in. You know, I mean, it's nowadays where they live is not as big an issue. You can still talk to them. But if someone applies from somewhere out there, they better have a rock solid reason that they're coming back here before we'll really entertain them. Our
residency
obvious
requirement?
preference is a local. I mean, that's always going to be our preference, but it doesn't always work that way. So,
But I thought there,
We can post it on the talk here.
yeah, but how far
We'll email you.
how's the
Yeah,
residency
I'll make sure,
requirement
I'll make
thing
sure it
work?
gets there for you.
And I believe you used
That means illegal, but I thought,
We don't have a residency requirement anymore.
Don't miss this one.
even for that, I thought there was like, police and fire.
I don't think so. There is no residency requirement anymore.
no, that
Can't be Wyoming,
as
for
long
using
as
your example.
I draw the line at Scotland.
Yeah,
Let's draw it that way.
yeah.
No, the state of Ohio made the residency rule unconstitutional. So,
If
Anyone
they are
else?
from out of state, that may be an issue with their certifications,
Mm.
that they would have to get certified in Ohio to be a chief here with our certifications of Ohio, so. that would be something the committee would have to look at.
Okay. Anyone else? Now entertain a motion for adjournment.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Biddlecombe.
I move that we adjourn tonight's work session.
Questions? Roll call.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Dyke?
Yes.
Grieve?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
I
Good.
think Don was delivering
So
about
my
15
cousin-
minutes.